Kisame Hoshigaki is one of the most misunderstood characters in Naruto. His entire life was shaped by the world of the shinobi and the cruel environment he was born into, the Hidden Mist village. In many ways, Kisame's story is one of survival in a world that treated its shinobi as disposable tools. But his journey goes deeper than that, touching on themes of trust, betrayal, and the search for a world without lies. To understand Kisame, you must understand the environment he grew up in. The Hidden Mist is arguably the harshest of the 5 great nations. It operated under a caste system and was infamous for its brutal practices, which earned it the name Village of the Bloody Mist. In the Mist, students didn't just train to become shinobi, they had to kill to prove they were worthy. Graduation from the academy required students to fight their classmates to the death. Only the survivors would advance to the ranks of the ninja. This ruthless system, that was only stopped after Zabuza killed more than 100 students of his graduation class, deeply influenced Kisame. He, like many others, had to kill his friends, those he ate with, trained with, and shared dreams with, to graduate. This wasn't just a test of strength, but of trust. How do you trust someone when you know one day you might have to kill them? From that moment, Kisame learned that trust was a luxury he could never afford. Kisame's rise to becoming one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the Mist only deepened his mistrust of others. To do so, he was entrusted with the village's darkest secrets, tasked with ensuring that none of these secrets fell into enemy hands, even if it meant killing his own comrades. This wasn't a personal choice, but an order from the village. He was simply following orders, fulfilling his role as a shinobi, a tool. We saw a fellow shinobi tried to get close to him, and he tells her it's pointless, as he knew he might have to kill her. Who could he trust? Was he truly an ally or an enemy? His inner turmoil becomes clear in his own words.
I knew all about it from the very moment that I first killed a comrade. I killed a Hidden Mist ninja despite being one myself. So, what am I then? An enemy or an ally? What is my purpose, my status? Where am I trying to get, and where can I go to achieve inner peace? There is only one thing clear to me, that I felt I was trapped in a false existence.
Kisame's confusion over his identity was rooted in the reality of the shinobi world he experienced, a world of lies, where loyalty was a tool to be discarded at will. Even the comrades he killed were loyal to Kirigakure, but that loyalty meant nothing when they became disposable, as would be he in due time, with nowhere to escape. Where am I trying to get, and where can I go to achieve inner peace? I felt I was trapped in a false existence. As a high-ranking shinobi, he had nowhere to go. He would be persecuted and hunted down by Hunter Nin anywhere he went, as he knew too much, and he killed his own comrades for the same reason. And at the end, those who told him to kill his own comrades are the ones who sold them out, showing no loyalty to anyone. His disillusionment with the world around him reached a breaking point when he learned that even the 4th Mizukage, the man he had been following, was being controlled by Madara, or rather Obito. It was at this moment that Kisame fully understood that his entire life, from beginning to end, had been one giant lie. This realization is what ultimately led him to join the Akatsuki. When Obito approached him, promising a perfect world where lies didn't exist, Kisame was sold. After all, a world without lies was the one thing Kisame had dreamed of. In his perfect world, a world without lies, a world where people could trust one another, the wicked shinobi system that held his life in a grip couldn't exist. Kisame's partnership with Itachi and the Akatsuki is one of the most beautiful yet tragic relationships in Naruto, often overlooked by fans. When Kisame first met Itachi, he assumed they were alike, 2 men who killed their own comrades for their own selfish purposes. He said as much, thinking Itachi had slaughtered the Uchiha for personal gain, just like Kisame had been painted as a ruthless killer.
I think that we're alike, you and I.
And they were alike, more than they ever knew. And not because they felt good killing their own comrades, but because they didn't. Neither Kisame nor Itachi ever wanted to kill their own comrades. They did so as they filled their roles as shinobi's tools. Itachi said that he doesn't understand him, nor himself, that he is lost with no purpose. And he was right. It's something Kisame himself was aware. Yet, Kisame's reply put forth and described the world he was born in, telling Itachi to be wary of him, that cannibalism is the natural state of the world. It showed how Kisame saw the world around him, unable to trust anyone but himself. Itachi responded to Kisame's mistrust with,
"We are both human, not fish. No matter who you are, you do not truly know what kind of man you've become until you reach the very end."
He was telling Kisame that his past didn't define him. Itachi saw Kisame for who he really was, beyond the lies. Over time, they developed a silent bond of trust, one built not on words but on actions. Kisame's past taught him never to trust anyone, but Itachi was different. For the first time in his life, Kisame found someone he could trust. They cared for each other, they respected each other, and they trusted each other. They never told the truth to each other on why they killed their comrades. They worked together only knowing the fabricated story that was told to them at the beginning, but deep down, they knew. Both understood the pain of living as tools in a deceptive world. And a world without lies, a world of honesty, is what Kisame's perfect world looked like. Before Itachi's final confrontation with Sasuke, Kisame engaged in battle with him. For all he knew, Itachi was going to confront Sasuke to steal his eyes. But he knew that was a lie. When he attacks Itachi, he attacks him as his way of saying goodbye. He knew Itachi wasn't coming back from his battle with Sasuke. Shinobis read each other's feeling through battle, and Kisame knew the truth about Itachi like Itachi knew about Kisame, without either of them saying it out loud. Even after Itachi's death, Zetsu wondered if Kisame would leave the Akatsuki, as though Itachi was the only reason he stayed. And when Itachi was revived and learned of Kisame's death, he was saddened. Their bond ran deeper than the missions they shared. They were the only ones who truly understood each other. After Itachi's death, Kisame continued fulfilling his missions for Obito, still chasing that dream of a perfect world. His final mission took him to the Turtle Island to spy on Naruto and Bee, where he got captured. Knowing they would extract information from him, Kisame chose to take his own life, putting his trust in his comrades, the very thing he could never do before. He died not as a tool, but as a human being, a human who dreamed of a world free of lies, a world where people could trust each other, a world where this twisted shinobi system couldn't exist. Kisame's life was one of pain, loneliness, and deception. But through his bond with Itachi, he experienced trust and friendship for the first time. In his final moments, he put his trust in his comrades and sacrificed himself for the dream of a better world. Kisame Hoshigaki, the man who was once trapped in a world of lies, died believing in a world of truth. I hope this video has changed how you see Kisame and his relationship with Itachi in what I consider the best Akatsuki duo. If it did, follow me for more videos exploring characters in depth, just like this.
He actually fed himself to his own sharks. He was weakened pretty badly. I guess he figured that he wouldn't be able to escape from us.
An Akatsuki member strong enough to be paired with Itachi. He was long feared as the scourge of the mist. I never imagined he would go out this way.
He died instead of giving up intel on his comrades. Even in the Akatsuki, there remain some who put their comrades ahead of themselves.
An admirable foe. A shinobi's life is measured by the manner of his death. Kisame Hoshigaki, I will remember you the rest of my life.